Hello guys, Greg back with another video. So today I'm doing episode 2 of my top niche fragrances for beginners series. I'll leave a link below for the first episode. Just to repeat the criteria for these fragrances, they're all high quality niche, but unlike a lot of niche fragrances, these are all going to be very wearable, inoffensive. None of them are going to be too challenging to anyone's nose. I haven't really factored in cost too much, so if you are a designer person and you're just looking to get into niche, some of these might be a bit expensive, but I've really just gone by the actual scent itself and the fact that all of these fragrances would be a good transition into niche from designer. Very quickly before we get into it, a lot of you will know that one of my other big passions is watches, and I get a lot of comments from people asking if I could quickly just show the watch that I'm wearing when I'm doing the review. So today's watch is the Omega Seamaster Professional. So on with the fragrances. First one up we've got, this is from the house of Parfum de Marly, and this is called Herod. Now this is the leather based fragrance, but it's a very mild, pleasant smelling leather. It's not dirty anyway. It's also got a heavy dose of vanilla and cinnamon, and essentially those three notes are what you're going to pick up from this one. It's highly loved in the fragrance community, this one, and for me it's a standout from this house. So that's Parfum de Marly Herod. Next one of my all-time favourites actually, this one. It's from the house of Tom Ford, from the private blend range, and this one is Ood Wood. Now, much like the leather in Herod's very smooth and not harsh, the same goes for the oud in Ood Wood. It's not that barnyard type of oud, it's very wearable. It's more of a woody scent actually than an oud scent. It's got a great sandalwood note in here, it's got some vanilla, and it's very classy, very regal smelling fragrance. Works great with a shirt and tie, or just with jeans and a t-shirt, so it's quite versatile. Only time I wouldn't really wear that is in the real heat, I think. So that's Tom Ford's Ood Wood. Next up, one from the Hermescence line from the house of Hermes, and this one is called Ombre Maggie. Now this fragrance to me simply smells like hot caramel and raisins with cinnamon. It's a very warm, comforting combination. It's got some booze, not sure what, it's whiskey or rum maybe. It's got tobacco, vanilla, it's caramel and honey in here as well. Very edible smelling gourmand fragrance. Now the fragrance has got labdanum in, but other than that, you know, I wouldn't have put amber in the perfume name. Amber's not a key feature in this fragrance in any way to my nose. Could be wrong, but I just don't see it as an amber fragrance. Next we've got one from the house of Serjoff, and this one is called Uden. Excuse the sticker on the top, I put that on there because it makes it easy to get access to them when I'm decanting them. So although this is really expensive, this one, it's got a very sort of design and mass appeal feel to it. Smells like the ultimate high quality designer fragrance. Very easily described, this one. It's boozy with lots of citrus, lots of vanilla, and it's got a musky dry down. Now, even with the ton of citrus that is in this fragrance, I wouldn't personally wear this in the height of summer. Probably more for a mild summer's evening if I was wearing it during the summer. But any other time of year, any other occasion, I'd wear this fragrance. It's very pleasing, gets great reactions from people. Probably not for the arty crowd. It's not the most sort of avant-garde or creative fragrance, but it's very well received and it just smells great, which is what we all want at the end of the day. So next up, this one is, you could argue that this is a very expensive fragrance for what it is. It's quite a simple fragrance, but it's just absolute quality in my mind. And this is from the House of Creed, and it's called Virgin Island Water. Just my favourite summer fragrance, bar none. It's coconut, rum, lime. It's got that appeal. I've said before in other videos, it transforms you or transports you to a summer's day. And when a fragrance has that ability to affect your mood, it's just, you know, it's such a great thing. And I think not many fragrances do it as well as Virgin Island Water. Next one up. Now this one has, I would say this fragrance has a younger feel to it, but it's also such a high quality fragrance, and it does span different age groups and different types of people, and I'll explain a little bit more. But this is from the house of Amouage, and this is called Reflection Man. So I could see an 18-year-old guy wearing this in a club, but conversely I could also see a 50-year-old guy wearing it on a golf course. It's just very versatile, pleasing fragrance. It's not going to upset anyone. The closest fragrance in comparison to this one is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Lamar, but they are actually quite different. This one's got a lot of florals in here, and although it's called Reflection Man, I actually think it's very unisex. Now, it still smells very masculine on a guy, and it doesn't smell particularly feminine on a woman. Not sure if that makes sense, but it's it's just works on whatever skin you put it on and how you want it to work. It's very versatile. So that's Amouage Reflection Man. Now, next up, we've got one that I really love the smell of, but unfortunately it just doesn't last very long for me. And this is from the house of by Killian, and this is Straight to Heaven. This is another sort of cosy fragrance, great in colder weather. This one starts out with a beautiful spiced rum note. It's got fantastic cedar note running through it, and it's got dried fruits, and it's got musk. The base in here has also got a little hint of patchouli, but the fragrance really is all about the cedar and the rum. It's a very upscale fragrance, in my opinion. It's one that would be really perfect for a date as well. So that's Straight to Heaven by Killian. Now, this one is a very popular tobacco and honey scent, and if I said that it's got a very distinctive note of hay, most of you will probably guess the fragrance that I'm talking about. This is Chergui from the house of Serge Lutens, or Serge Lutens. Now, as with all of the fragrances on this list, this is a very wearable, inoffensive scent, but it's definitely one you should check out if you haven't tried it. Very nice, very pleasing. That is Chergui. So 2 to go. And the next one up, this is one of my all-time favourite fragrances. Again, another one from the house of Creed. This one is Original Vetiver. That's a very clean, fresh, soapy scent with just a mild vetiver note running through its core. It's also got citrus and musk in here. Now, some people may argue this is very expensive for what it is. I agree it is an expensive fragrance, but the quality in here is undeniable. And if you like quality and you don't mind paying for quality, then I recommend that one. And the final one we've got, this is a clean, fresh, white floral fragrance, is how I would describe it. It's from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is called A Pomme, which is an abbreviation of a piece of me. Now, this one definitely walks the line between masculine and feminine, and if you don't like white florals, this might be a fragrance to avoid. It does have some amber in here and some cedar, which kind of contrast those white florals and bring a bit of balance back to the fragrance, but it could be considered a little bit feminine, I think. Overall, I wouldn't say it is a feminine fragrance, but I wouldn't call it manly either. But I do know quite a lot of guys, some quite manly guys that wear this as well, so don't be put off by me saying it's kind of unisex. The longer this one's on your skin, the better it gets, and performance is really, really good on there as well. So that's A Pomme from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. So there you go, guys. That's another 10 niche fragrances that I think would be ideal for beginners into niche, people that generally tend to wear designer fragrances. There'll be more in this series. I'll probably do episode 3 and 4 soon. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please do comment and subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. And I'll be back soon with another video. And just before I do go, just to remind you guys that all of these fragrances, and along with approximately 600 other fragrances, are available to purchase as samples from my website, which is fragrancesamplesuk.com. And if you're outside of the UK, you can't order from the website, but you can order directly from me by emailing me at info@fragrancesamplesuk.com. Cheers, guys. See you soon.